That's why that line from that Kanye West song when he first the College Dropout, he said, "Racism's still alive. They just be concealing it. No, they don't." I wanted to tell him, man, come to Arkansas, the place where they had a couple weeks ago had I think about 8 or 9 cities that had Confederate flag rallies, but it ain't got nothing to do with racism.
Recently, Dylan Roof, white supremacist Dylan Roof, shot up an AME church in South Carolina, murdering, executing, 6 elderly women, 3 men. Not even 2 days later, reporters, came to the families, and one of the first questions, if not the first question they wanted to ask to these families, do you forgive the killer, the person that just murdered, your family member, your relative, your husband, your wife, your sister, brother, in cold blood? Even though he has not came out and been in any form or shape apologetic about what he's done, has shown no type of remorse. What are your thoughts on the media, the dominant society, being so obsessed with us forgiving, the people that hate us the most, that beat us down, murder, kill us, oppress us,
Man, that just, man, that's just disgusting to me. It's disgusting. It's frustrating. It's irritating. It's evil to me, man. It's uncalled for. It's real unnecessary. Why would that be the first thing you ask anybody? You know what I'm saying? You want us to forgive people before you even giving us the opportunity to heal. You know what I'm saying? Your homie break his arm. You're not gonna ask him hours later, hey man, you wanna go shoot hoops? You know what I'm saying? You call in your job and tell them, hey, I just lost my father today. He just died. That's the equivalent of them coming back like, so you still gonna make your shift, right? You're still gonna be here on the clock today, right? I mean, the funeral not today, so I mean, it's just dumb, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they always do to us. They prey on the weak. That was a weak ass situation. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that people that go to church are weak, but the doors of the church are open to anybody. So you already know you're going into an environment where, regardless of where you should be, put it like that. You're going into an environment where it doesn't matter what you look like, what you wear, your background, who your parents are, what you do for a living. We accept you in here. And he walked into a situation where he knew he would be praying on people who would be vulnerable to whatever. He walked into a prayer meeting. The focus is not even on the individuals there. The focus is to be praying to your Lord and Savior. So people are going to be caught off guard because they're not focused on the people up in there. They're focused on their relationship with God. And he took advantage of it. And they let him come in there, and he took advantage of it. And I feel like it happens so much with us in history that get beat, get murdered, get killed, get up. People that witness it have to get up and then go out there and express some type of love that's never been demonstrated towards them. We have to have the ability to always love our enemy and forgive our enemy when our enemy has done nothing but hate us and continue to hate us and laugh at us every time we get back up and don't defend ourselves. That set off his one little action set off a wildfire, literally, because he went in there and shot up a church and killed 9 people, innocent people, who he didn't know. It was a plan. And then after that, we get upset about it. And then in retaliation for us getting upset that he committed this hate crime, which the FBI director is acting like he's still confused whether it was a hate crime or not, when it's obvious that he was targeting black people. It was obvious that he went into a peaceful situation. It was obvious through his online photos that he had affiliations to white supremacy or associated with it, the ideology of it. In response to all of that, they go start burning down churches at a rate where it's like, they're beating the day. You know what I'm saying? It's like 6 churches, 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And we started noticing how racism is still prevalent. How there's a popularity to it. Just like back in the day, it was popular to spit on black people and go protest and yell nigger and all that type of stuff in their face. People did it with pride. People still doing it with pride now. That's why that line from that Kanye West song when he first the College Dropout, he said, racism's still alive. They just be concealing it. No, they don't. I wanted to tell him, man, come to Arkansas, the place where they had a couple weeks ago had I think about 8 or 9 cities that had Confederate flag rallies, but they ain't got nothing to do with racism. You take the flag down in South Carolina and you get arrested for it. And you know what? That's real messed up. That's real messed up because America. That lets you know how backwards America is. The fact that you're flying a Confederate flag at a government office or a state capitol. What kind of sense do that make? That's like a German government building letting a Nazi flag fly over it. The Confederate flag is an act of treason. When you talk about having pride in the Confederate flag, when you talk about that, you're talking about taking pride in turning your back on your country, white people. So, all these crimes that are happening, what I'm saying, and the first thing you immediately want to do is fly your flag when all these hate crimes are going on, people burning down churches, burning down black churches, and you want to sit there and hold on to your Confederate flag. To me, you're distracted. To sit there and want to wear it and fly it in people's faces when a man who was just all on pictures posing with guns and the flag in the background just went in, a man just went in and killed him because they tried to make it seem like Dylan Roof he was a confused kid. But when Mike Brown got shot by a cop at the age of 18, that was a grown man fighting a cop. See how they flip it, you know what I'm saying? Dylan Roof, was 21, 22?
So I think he's 21.
21. But he was a confused kid. He was a college kid that was, I don't think he was in college.
He dropped out of high school.
Dropped out of high school, he was confused. But Eric Shepard, he wasn't no confused kid when they went and had a manhunt for him in Georgia for stepping on the flag and supposedly dropping a bag of firearms when he had just been searched by the cops. And that was he was a confused, dangerous, on the loose guy. He's considered armed and dangerous. What a video is that with him being armed and dangerous? When he got searched by the cops, he wasn't armed and dangerous. Then all of a sudden, magically a backpack pops up with firearms in it. But he wasn't a confused kid, even though he was a college student at Valdosta State. But this is a confused kid. Confused enough to go in there and shoot 9 people at his own free will who had done nothing to him. 9 people he did not know. He ain't confused. He know exactly what he want to do. He know exactly what he want to do. He wanted to mark his place in white supremacy history. He had a purpose, he had a goal, and he accomplished it. You know? But we supposed to look at him with sympathy and forgive him. Forgive him for what? For allowing his hate to end some lives. When this is why we have hashtags like Black Lives Matter, because obviously you don't get it. His life mattered to you because you want us to forgive him. You want us to ease his conscience while he does these football numbers in prison. Nah, brother, you don't get none of that. You don't get none of this sympathy, none of that right now. You're not forgiving right now. These people are still hurting right now. Their community is still hurting. That church is still hurting. All across America, we're hurting because we see this type of stuff happening to us on a regular basis.